I've had a revelation. It happened the other night. I was sitting in the backyard, glass of wine, soaking up the sunset. It was great. And suddenly, I had this light bulb moment. Instagram isn't real. And I sat there, sipping my drink, and I thought, yeah, Instagram isn't real. And yet I spend so much time scrolling through people's photos, tapping through their stories, absorbing all this mindless content. That night, I deactivated my account. I've rid myself of the gram, I thought. I'm free. Has anyone else ever felt like this before? Perhaps you've also felt like you needed to take a break from social media. Now, don't get me wrong, Instagram and social media is a fantastic tool. It helps us connect with friends and family. We can keep ourselves entertained and informed. We can hear from marginalized voices that we otherwise wouldn't in conventional media. And we can form communities with people who are geographically separate from us. I'm not here to tell you to throw away your phone so we can return to the good old days of smoke signals and telegrams. What I do want to talk about is connection. How social media affects our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others. And I want to propose a way that we can connect more deeply, particularly during this time of lockdowns and pandemics when we are more disconnected than ever before. My interest in this topic was sparked by a trip to Parliament House, in which myself and 9 other young ambassadors from UNICEF Australia presented a report to politicians that detailed the concerns of over 3,000 children and young people. One of the key themes that emerged was that young people struggle to navigate social media, and there are a few reasons as to why this is. Firstly, social media makes us feel insecure by facilitating a direct comparison to our lives and the lives of others in our circle. 2 researchers from Notre Dame University in Lebanon conducted a study of 364 university students and their relationship to social media. The study had 2 questionnaires. The first one tested for addiction to social media. The second one looked at self-esteem. And what they found was that people with higher addiction to social media had lower levels of self-esteem. Groundbreaking, I know. Secondly, social media overwhelms our brains with constant streams of information. A creative agency called We Are Social speculated that on average, Australians spend 1 hour and 46 minutes every day on social media. That's about the running time of Toy Story 3. Our brains aren't designed to process that much information, and it's no surprise that it messes with our memory functions, our attention spans, and our reward systems. Thirdly, and probably my favorite point, social media isn't real. We aren't engaging with authentic human beings, but rather we're creating and comparing these carefully curated online profiles, our very own customized online brands. And while I love how convenient and easy social media is, I can't help but feel that we could be creating richer, more authentic relationships with each other. So I want to take you back to Parliament House. There I am, feeling very suave in my suit, and I remember sitting across the table from Tanya Plibersek, the Shadow Minister for Education, who looked me directly in the eye, and she said, "What can we actually do about this?" So today, I want to present to you a crazy idea. We need to write more letters. It's a little left of field, but I truly believe that the process of putting pen to paper has untapped potential in connecting with ourselves and connecting with others. And there are a few reasons as to why I say this. Firstly, letters are simplistically beautiful. When you're writing a letter, you don't feel a need to curate an image, and there's no forum to compare yourself to others. And when you open a letter, you don't feel overwhelmed. You feel excited. At least that's how I felt last year during Melbourne's second lockdown when my best friend Natalie wrote me a letter. In this letter, she shared a bizarre array of things, from weird dreams she'd been having to her recent revelations and relationships. And one comment that stood out to me was this silly remark she made in which she said, "I encourage you to look at rural real estate listings. I've been trawling through and imagining starting up a commune." This letter brought me so much joy during a time that was so dark. It was written with the pure intention of sharing a life experience, thoughts, feelings. It wasn't performative, it wasn't filtered through an algorithm, and the best part is, it didn't contain any ads. I think we could all benefit from something so simple, yet so kind. Secondly, letters make you feel valued. The process of writing a letter, stamping an envelope, and mailing it to a friend demonstrates a strong commitment to fostering a long-distance relationship. Good friends make a post on social media for their friend's birthday. Best friends handwrite a message. There are also psychological benefits in being able to articulate your emotions onto a page. Two scholars, Anne-Laure Fayard and Anke Mathieu, wrote a book about this, in which they wrote feelings, which are often hard to express because they are fleeting and immaterial, become objects through the writing process, which can be reflected upon, shared, and expressed. I think this quote really captures the intimacy and the power of the written word. It allows us to be more introspective and gain insights into ourselves. Thirdly, letters are authentic and real. Handwritten letters are not thumbprints on a phone or the swift tap of a keyboard. They are thoughtful, articulated words, written in someone's very own handwriting, their unique font. They are artifacts of someone's love and care. One of my favourite letters was written by the famous musician Johnny Cash to his wife June. We get old and we get used to each other. Sometimes we irritate each other a little bit. Maybe sometimes we take each other for granted. But every once in a while, like today, I meditate on it and realize how lucky I am to spend my life with the greatest woman I ever met. A permanent and timeless memoir of their love. And I'm sure many of you have letters from relatives and loved ones that you also treasure. So, to summarize, where social media makes us feel overwhelmed, letters make us feel excited. Where social media creates insecurity, letters create introspection and make us feel valued. Where social media is artificial, letters are authentic. Now, please don't throw your phone away. I'm sure you paid a lot of money for it. But do consider the value of slow and careful communication. Imagine if all of us spent 1 hour every week writing a letter to someone we love, to our future selves, to a politician about an issue we care about, to people who are incarcerated, to an elderly person experiencing loneliness, or maybe to someone who lives overseas. I'm sure the world would be a much kinder, more connected place. So, next time you have a spare chunk of time, instead of reaching for your phone, pick up a pen and write a letter. Thank you.